Everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song on the station. Controlling the interest. Look how these kids dress. You catching them.
Derek Jeter used to play for him.
Yeah. I told somebody, I was like, Jeter used to play in Greensboro. They was like, what?
Sure did. I used to go to the games.
Man.
My ex was a Batgirl back then. She used to be the Batgirl for the team.
Oh, shit.
I mean, mascot. She was the mascot.
I was going to try out for the, what was it? Winston-Salem? What was it? Warthogs?
They've been the Spirits. They've been the Generals. I mean, the Spirits. They've been the Warthogs, and now they're the Dash.
Yeah, the Dash. Yeah. It was way before the Dash time. I was going to try out for them. I ain't really... Woo! Yes, indeed. Shit, y'all already know what it is. If y'all see us in the building and you see that right now, you know what time it is. Ain't no turntables this time, motherfucker. That was yesterday. Today, it's time for all purpose. Y'all know how we put it down, man. Potting for the sport of it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Y'all can see my headphones is different. I broke the white ones. I don't know. It was a risky situation I was in. So I had to make a choice. Me or the headphones. I chose me. So and of course, I got my brothers in the building. Phantom, what's up with you, man? You know what I ain't saying shit yet. What's good, bro?
Kicking back, chilling, man. Relaxing.
You look like you over there cooking up some deviousness already. See how you do? And of course, we got my man Evan All Mightee in this.
Yo,
what up, though? Oh,
Evil Empire all the way on deck. Evil Empire all the way on deck. Okay?
You better believe it. Now, I just want to let y'all know as we get ready to get into this conversation. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and just start there. Fuck it. I have officially submitted my paperwork to return to the Knicks. I'm waiting to get the word back. I did say that there were two things that had to happen in order for me to leave the Lakers, and both of those things occurred within a couple of weeks of each other. So right now I'm just waiting to see what the Knicks delegation is going to say. If they do allow me to come back, I will probably be rocking my orange and blue this basketball season when it arrives.
We're welcome.
We'll see what happens.
Nope. I'm not gonna wait, no. You know why I'm not
Bring your talents. Bring your talents to Manhattan. Come on.
You feel me?
L, there's something you don't know. There's something you don't know. And I'm about to jog his memory back. Now, a few years ago when we used to work together, right?
Okay.
Now, there was years ago that I used to have two teams, Miami and Carolina.
Okay.
No doubt.
So this rule now is in effect for your ass because you want to switch out. If you're going to go back to the Knicks, you got to sit out a year.
Oh man.
Shit.
That's the old rule now.
How you going to D2 me and shit? That's fucked up.
He got a red shirt.
You know what I mean? I got to take a red shirt.
He got a red shirt.
Sit out for a whole entire year.
That's that bullshit, man.
Oh,
hey.
If you don't know that rule, they gave me that rule.
I didn't know.
I had to have one.
Oh yeah, we did do that. We did do that.
They gave me that rule, so I abide by it. So this is what.
Okay.
This is over a decade later.
You know what?
You got a choice. It's
gonna make the pod more fun if I'm still a Lakers fan during basketball season. So I'm gonna just.
That is true.
It'll make the pod more fun during basketball season if I'm a Lakers fan.
Okay.
Because y'all get to kick my back in all year, so I get it. It's cool. It's cool. We gonna fucking suck, so I'm not worried about it. But we'll make the playoffs. We make the play in. Maybe we'll make the play in. Yeah. We'll make the play in. But that ain't nothing unusual. We've been making the play in the last couple of years. Anyway, I'm not getting ready to get into that right now. Right now, it's more important shit to talk about, like the NBA draft. The draft was. I wasn't really surprised by much that I saw. I think the biggest thing for me was just kind of looking at what teams were thinking. One of the biggest things I always look for in a draft is I know what I think a team needs, but I watch the draft and how they move in free agency to see what they think they need. But it seemed like a lot of what I thought a lot of teams needed was some of the things that they addressed in the draft. So salute to that. You know what? Hey, one of y'all want to kick this draft thing off? I got some shit I need to say, but I need to go get something first. So please somebody start this off. I don't care who. Just give me a second.
I'm the biggest thing to me today, I can't even get on the draft. Is Klay Thompson being traded to a signing trade to the Mavericks. I mean, come on. You got $50 million, gave a man $50 million, 2 second-round picks, I think like a 2020 2025 and a 2031 pick, like some picks way down the line. And Josh Green went to the Hornets, but you got Luka, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson on the same team right now, man. Lakers going home early.
Here's my thing. Before I go grab what I need to grab, I just want to say this. On paper and just from my memory, it sounds absolutely amazing. But if I'm honest with myself about the Klay Thompson I seen the last 2 years, I ain't that worried about it. That's all I can say.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think that Dallas going to play with a whole lot of motion now, and Klay Thompson going to be able to go back to what he used to do, is stand still and shoot the ball, man. That's all they got to do. Run to a corner, stand still, and shoot the ball, man. Because Luka and Kyrie going to try to get in that paint. Defense going to collapse. Now you got somebody out there that shoot. I think he shoot damn near 40% from three, man. He shoot like 38 point something from 3-point. That's crazy, bro. Every third shot he throw in, almost every second shot he throw in is going to go in. You get Kyrie dribbling down in the middle of the lane and that quick kick out. Boy, it's going to be a lot of 3-pointers flying around Dallas.
Well, I mean, at this junction, the biggest thing for me would probably be, is Klay going to stay upright the whole season for it to matter? Ever since he came back from the big injury.
You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have to depend on him that much. Hopefully, you got Luka is a ball handler. Hopefully they just keep the ball out of Klay hands, man, and just tell him to go stand in the corner and get ready to catch.
You said Luka's a ball hog? That what you said? Oh,
no,
I said that out loud. My fault.
That too. That too.
I said that out loud. My fault.
I don't need Klay to dribble. Hopefully he can still play a little defense. His defense might lend a help to him if he's not hurt. If he ain't hurt.
I saw something I ain't seen in a long time this past season. I literally saw guards get the ball and play. No. Please let Klay Thompson take me. Please. Mm-hmm. Please let him take me. Because, I think his lateral movement has been somewhat negatively affected by the injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's very definitely compromised. So, but I think his basketball IQ does help him defensively in ways that some other people's don't. And when you come from being an elite defender, even when you start losing some physical aspects, as long as your brain still dissects the game, you
learn how to beat people to the position. You learn how to beat people to the position. Yeah. Yes. Like Allen, I always say, like Allen Iverson said that Kevin Johnson did him. He said he wasn't faster than me, he wasn't stronger than me, but he just knew where to be on the court before I could even get there. Gave me 39, 8 and 8.
Yes.
That's crazy.
KJ was different, bro. KJ was different. Now I will say this: there have been some decent moves made by a lot. Like I gotta salute the Knicks first and foremost for going to get Mikal Bridges. That was huge.
That was big.
That was really huge. And those of y'all who don't pay attention to the East may not know how big that is. What I think New York was missing as the playoffs continued on, even though people just kept getting hurt left and right, the one thing I thought they were missing was somebody else who would take the ball and say, okay, Jalen, look, they collapsing on you. I can score. Just give it to me. You know what I'm saying? They got that with him. And if Randall can stay healthy, they're going to be dangerous. Right. The Knicks are going to be dangerous. Right. There's no way around it. They're going to be dangerous.
You think they're going to play him at the 3 or the 4?
Bridges?
Yeah.
3.
The 3. Because if they smart, they'll keep Randall at the 4. Let one of them other big bodies take the 5. Because they're going to need somebody that can lean on Embiid ass and weigh him down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
Julius Randle can't do that.
You didn't have anybody could do that then. Hartstein was closest when you had to him, but he playing Oklahoma City, so
no doubt.
You're already looking.
So Hartstein gone?
He went to OKC.
Yeah, he went to OKC.
But he got the money, so he did go get that money. They got that money. I ain't mad at it.
I can't believe they paid OG all that money. I understand you need him there, but they paid him a lot of money.
Yeah, they paid him a ton of bread.
I almost probably would have let him slide for that. I'd have been like, go, if you can get it, if you can get somewhere else, go get it.
NBA standards, not really.
You don't think that was a lot?
Really?
I don't think he's earned it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think he's played well enough to deserve that contract yet.
Well, you could say that about a lot of people, but that's just the nature of the NBA at this point in time. You overpay sometimes the free agency. That's what the nature of that is. And you could afford to really let
their bread and chill. I hope he just don't chill. Now he got his bread, man.
That part.
You can't let him and you can't OG and Hartstein walk because it kills some of your depth, and you're gonna need depth. That's the thing the Knicks are doing. They're trying to build enough depth. The thing with the Knicks, though, and I put it on Tom Thibodeau sometimes. People talk about it all the time, but it's just, veracity injury. This was just an injury playoffs in general, which you don't foresee that happening again, but you never know.
But if he played deeper into his rotation, it wouldn't have been as big of a problem.
Well, you just deepened it a little more, so this free agency. It's a funny thing about this free agency, and funny thing about the Knicks. Knicks fans now are like, "Hey, we got enough to see Boston." The thing I would always look at it is like this: okay, if Joel is hurt, and that's one of the ifs of the century at this point in time.
Absolutely.
But you got Paul George to take some of that load off. So top end talent, Philly's better than the Knicks. Top end talent.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
top end talent, they're better, but depth wise, the Knicks has a little more than that. So.
Because if we taking it like Maxey has proven himself to be a difference
maker. Dude.
Yeah, he's a difference maker. He's not just a guy you bring in occasionally, pass him the ball so he can shoot a three when he's wide open. Like he literally is like, nah, give me the ball. Like
that's the energy cap, man. He an energy cap, y'all.
No doubt. You can't turn that off.
Change when you come in.
Yeah, real shit.
He's borderline star hedging now.
Oh yeah. He right there.
Yeah. He hedging now.
Yeah. He right there. And now he got Paul George there to help him. Yes. Maxey got a nice.
Just paid him.
He got 5 years, 204.
Yeah, he got a little pay.
Yeah. Yo, that shit's crazy. And I think them getting Paul George. I just said to somebody, I think I was talking to Phantom. I said, Minnesota need to go get Paul George. But Philly went and did it. So,
what? To your draft point, though. That Spurs trade with Minnesota with Dillingham kind of can fit that, though.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And he's younger and cheaper.
Yeah.
And he could score coming out. So you kind of did it in a younger way if you really look at that.
Before we go too crazy on the draft, I just got to ask y'all a question, just from observance. Because it's something that I think I see. When I watch Paul George play basketball sometimes, he could be on a good roll. And it's like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he has a flashback to something that didn't go right. And now it's like he's just freaked the fuck out. He's like a deer in the headlights. I've seen him do it in the middle of a game before. And I was like, yo, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? Now, my man got jokes, and he was like, every time he closes his eyes, he see Dame doing this. I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's terrible. But I can't necessarily disavow the validity of that, especially when you're in a situation where you feel like your team should win. And you've been going at this guy the whole time. And then all of a sudden, he hits the shot that sends you home. And he's just, bye. You know what time it is. It's Dame time. I feel like a lot of players have psychological blockers.
Oh, for sure.
And I think sometimes they're not noticed because we like to put it on other things. People will say, oh, he collapses in the playoffs every time. Why, though? Ask yourself why that happens. It's not just because realistically speaking, he's just playing another game. That's what he does for a living. He's playing a basketball game. That's what he does for a living. Shouldn't be any different than any other basketball game. But for some reason, the lights seem a little bit brighter. You know what I'm saying? The competition seems like they want it a little bit more. And for some reason, you can't match that energy. And as a matter of fact, as opposed to matching it, you fall back. You know what I mean? And these are star players that do it. Harden shrinks in the playoffs. Paul George used to be called playoff P. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. So I'm just curious how y'all see that, because some of these niggas is damaged goods and they won't admit it. But that's all I'm saying.
I look at PG like the best PG for me was in Indiana with the Pacers.
Thanks.
That was my favorite Paul George. Like, he attacked, he came down. He was like Kobe. You know, it was like watching Kobe. The way he moved around the court, he was going straight to the pipe. He was playing ball. I think when you pick him up and you put him take him to OKC and put him next to somebody else. Take him to LA, put him next to somebody else. He shrinks. He kind of, I'm here. Okay, I'll be the second option. I'll be the third option. All right, you down in the shot clock. All right, I don't want it, Kawhi. All right, go ahead and give it to me with 5 on the clock. Let me try to do a little ISO, something or another. He usually end up getting fouled. He misses the shot. He goes to the free throw line. He may hit them both. That's Paul George right now. That's just how he played, what he do. So how many years he been in the league? He 10 plus yet?
14.
14, yeah.
14?
He been in for a minute, yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. How many injuries?
13, 14, somewhere around there, yeah.
It is 14. I believe 14.
Now, he said he only had the one really big injury.
The one big injury,
There's
right?
been a lot of other small ones. But the funny thing is, he's had most of those small ones after the big one. Like, before the big one, he ain't really get hurt like that.
He was good.
You know what I'm saying?
He was good.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see how much he really, like you said, some of these dudes are damaged goods, but they good for the camera. They're good for the league. I'm just interested to see how much he really got on this last little run, because I don't believe Philly got but maybe 2 more opportunities to do it before they got to blow it up. Maybe 1.5 opportunities before they just got to let Maxey be the new star in Philly and ship him
send Embiid ass on somewhere. Yeah.
Yup. I see it
time,
coming, bro. I see it coming, man.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, here's my take on this. Ev, to your Indiana point, you have the best Paul George you say was Indiana, but here's the thing. Were there ever realistic expectations, championship expectations on Paul George while LeBron was in the East? See,
nah.
When exactly, so because you didn't feel like Indiana, any version of that team had to go through a version of LeBron James' team, whatever he was.
Cavaliers without Kyrie Irving with LeBron James could have been beaten by Indiana.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So now we fast forward to expectations. Paul George has had expectations since the day he stepped to Oklahoma City, because you're essentially at the time
replacing Kevin Durant.
Essentially. So you got that. And then the Clippers thing, like, that was an abject failure because those are grand expectations. Look at what they gave up to get him with his Gildress Alexander, like you say.
And we
gave up SGA, bro.
They gave up SGA. And then you essentially gave up 7 first-round picks, 5 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, and 5 unprotected first-round picks. And Kawhi Leonard essentially said, he said, well, we don't know what he said, but hell, people say, I want Paul George. I'm going to the Lakers with LeBron. So
forced him in there.
You basically forced all that together. Now this falls on Kawhi also, of course. But Paul George has had those expectations. Now look at the roster. Look at Doc Rivers being gone. Look at Ty Lue. You only get the one Western Conference final. You never make a real final. You collapse in the bubble. So those failures in the West, you could say, and the unreliability of Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what you're really looking at is you might get, what you probably will get, well, we'll see because we got time, you might get a better, more calmer, more stable Paul George-ish. Because Embiid is the key to all of this, obviously, because you ain't got nothing in the East that could look him eye to eye except for probably Giannis. Even that's okay. Defensively, then you got Jokic in the West, which typically Jokic kind of gives it to Jokic.
Oh yeah.
At least the last couple of meetings, he's kind of giving it to Jokic. And then if you want to say Wemby, okay, Wemby gets some more bricks in his pocket, you'll kind of see that that's a body. That's just a 2-game matchup. So
yeah,
you only get 2 of those.
You need some sandwiches for that shit.
You need sandwiches. Several lunches.
Yeah, he needs some bricks in his back pocket. But this should probably be the freer version of Paul George, I think, because their expectations are for you in the East but they're not LA expectations. Everybody say LA is just a different animal in general.
Not only that, the part that you alluded to it early on when Ev asked the question. He's 14 years in at this point. Like at this point, if people are smart enough to know what they're looking at, they know they're not looking at Indiana or even OKC Paul George. Now they're looking at latter day LA Paul George get ready to go into the twilight of his career. Okay, look, dog, I'm just trying to ride this shit out and hope that I can get on a team that's gonna get me somewhere where I can, and so now you ask him, but the NBA years he is, and as much as he's played, he is. That's what I'm saying. Like, he got a lot of wear and tear on his body, and he's already proven himself since the big injury. He's proven himself to be liable to catch small injuries frequently, and it's only gonna get worse as he gets older. So
he ain't gonna play the whole season.
Right.
Yeah, we know he don't play the whole season. Even when it's just
very few players, very few superstar players do this in this day and age. So
that's true.
And the other problem
that's getting ready to shift because of the way they got the rules set up now.
Well, Seb, I got two. Well, Seb, you got two things you got to look and take into account here. To your other point, to your last point was, to be considered for all NBA All-Stars, you got to play, 65?
65.
At least 65 games. Okay, there's that. But see, here's the part about you saying he's kind of old. Remember, he doesn't have a whole lot of playoff wear and tear on his body because look how far he's got. See, that kind of counts into it too, though, because he doesn't have a whole lot of playoff wear and tear. Like, if he was just constantly in the playoffs, then deeper in the playoffs, then you could say, and it eventually Father Time catch up. But if this was like LeBron in year 14 per se, year 14 LeBron, you still be like, that's a lot of goddamn wear and tear because the man had been in 10, 11, 9, final, whatever it was at the time. So that wear and tear
year 14, LeBron still played like year 7 LeBron. That is a testament to the fans. That is just crazy.
He was always somewhere near the. He was always somewhere near the finals, near the conference final, whereas Paul George hasn't been that way so much. So
gone fishing.
So you can kind of discount that a little bit
right now. I'm not even gonna say what I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna keep it to myself because we're not talking about LeBron. We're talking about Paul George right now. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But I will say this: I don't think Paul George has done the things that LeBron has done to maintain himself for the time that he's been playing. So that
how much did you say LeBron spent on his body? A year, wasn't it like over a mil?
Over a mil, yeah. Over a mil,
just on his body,
bruh.
I think he's been he's been the blueprint though. So players always follow blueprints. It's a copycat league anyway. Players will follow blueprints. That. Now you can change up later. You can if he's Paul George, what 35?
Yeah.
So you can extend your career by changing up diet and stuff like that to prolong your career now. So that's possible. We just have to see it, and we just have to. This big three is kind of one of the more complete ones because you got Embiid in the middle. Paul George can play the wing. Max can play the point and score. Now, quiet as kept. Now,
sit down, Tobias.
Sit down, Tobias, please.
Y'all know he's in Detroit, right?
Still, wherever you at, sit down.
Sit down.
Well, but see, the funny thing about what we say about somebody said this, and I heard it, and I was like, you know what? He hasn't. Tobias Harris, out of all this Philadelphia shit, he's the one that caught the less amount of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons caught more shit. Embiid's caught more shit. Harden's caught more shit. Doc Rivers caught more shit. Daryl Morey's caught more shit. Tobias Harris sitting in the cut chilling.
I can give you a good reason for that. All of the
it's on max. It was on max money.
Yeah, but I'm saying all of the Ben Simmons got that money, but before that bullshit happened, he was playing like he deserved the money. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid has played like he deserves the money. So when you do something extra, when you do something wrong, it's extra eyes on that. If you get the money and then even during the regular season, you be pulling disappearing acts for 10, 15 fucking games and don't nobody even know you there. When you fuck up, ain't nobody gonna say shit. You know why? Because we forgot you even played for these motherfuckers. I forgot you was a Sixer, dog. You still here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he was billed as the third option, though.
He's terrible.
He was billed as the third option at the time, though.
He's terrible. But yeah, I thought that was crazy anyway. All I gotta say is this: Philadelphia, when you decided that you wanted Tobias Harris and didn't want Jimmy Butler, that's where you fucked up. Anyway,
I'm gonna stop you right there. I was just about to say the great minds think alike. I was about to ask y'all a question. I think Jimmy got like one. I think he's playing on a player option in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be a free agent next year. If PG could stay together, if I was Jimmy, I'd go to Philadelphia. I play out my last 2-3 good knee years because he's hurt. You can tell Jimmy's hurt. You can tell he hurt.
Yeah.
I go play my last 2 or 3 good knee years back in Philadelphia with Paul George, Maxey, and Embiid. I don't care who you throw in as that fifth person on that team right there. You're gonna wreck the East.
You get to be an auxiliary player and focus on what you do well
and
instead
focus
of having
on
to be
what
the guy.
you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think Pat Riley or Eric Spoelstra let Jimmy Butler walk.
You think they're gonna pay him again?
Oh yeah.
They can work out a deal because he's too much of the Heat culture. He represents. You can say what you want to say, but you have to remember. We have to remember now that he have been in the finals. How many of the last few years? Jimmy. The only thing Pat Riley says to Jimmy is, we ain't in it, just shut the hell up. But if you in it and we healthy, he's too much of the Heat culture. He's too much of what the Heat culture represents now. He's ingrained in it. Now I'd be shocked if they did. Hey, they did. But I believe he's just too ingrained in that. He represents too much of it. Like, we know Bam is essentially uprising is Bam.
Yeah.
But Jimmy in the playoffs, if he's healthy, it's like damn near looking at Eli in the playoffs, except
Eli actually won. Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
And that's part of what I believe about. I'm getting at is that kind of like Gary Payton did, kind of like some of the old heads did. When you get down to them last 3 to 5 years of good knees, you just want to ring. And he's a great player, great clutch player, man, great defensive player. We talk all these accolades about him, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be sitting there like Charles Barkley next to Shaq, next to Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Kenny, how many rings Kenny got? 3? 2? 3? 2? Yeah, he got 2.
Yeah.
With life on, right? 2 rings.
He got 2.
Shaq sitting over there with 15. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do with that, man? You know, they don't want to be like that. I take my tail back to 76 show. Hey, let me get these last 3 years, bro. I take a discount. Hell, he made 92. He made 92 million with the Bulls. He got bread. He got bread. He good.
$1 million.
He made 92
bro.
mil for 5 years. 5 years, bro.
Man,
ain't even there no more.
I should have just.
I don't know what the book ain't. Yeah, the book ain't out on him yet, though. But something. It's like, for example, free agency with Chris Paul going to San Antonio, for example. Would you have liked to see Chris Paul go to a winning chance for a ring? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. But is Chris Paul at the point in time going into year 20 when he's like, I just want to play, and I get to go see something, help build something that's up and coming and young. Some players
I still feel bad for Chris Paul, man. The NBA blocked the trade. Would have got that man his ring.
Yeah.
They shut that down. I feel bad for Chris Shaw. He was a star for them when they were kind of in a, iffy stage when LeBron went and did the thing down there in Miami. They didn't know how that was going to turn out. He's getting hate. Chris Paul been hooping hard for a long time, yo. And ain't get his win. Ain't get one. I don't think he's going to get one. I don't think he's going to get one, man.
Not now, because I believe he's on a 1-year deal with $11 million in San Antonio. Yep. So the odds of that
I don't see San Antonio getting it done in 1 year.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, not
yet. I'm sorry. I'm a San Antonio fan, partner, and I don't even see it. I don't even see this. I will say that. I will say I believe we can nip in the play-in. Nip in the play-in probably, but no, just not from that standpoint. But then this might be Chris Paul transitioning to possibly. Some people say he's a player, might be a player coach, but see, the Golden State years with Chris Paul though are like this. He playing in front of Steph Curry in front of you. So, and I didn't really think that was really a good fit for him anyway. So
it was just I don't want to play for fucking Washington. So let's make something happen. Send me somewhere. Yeah. I'm not going over there. Send me somewhere else. I don't give a fuck where it is.
They just waived him. They just waived him.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to trade.
I'm not gonna play for y'all. I'm not coming to play for you. You might as well go ahead and cut that shit off right now. I ain't coming. So, I mean, at this juncture in his career, Chris Paul shouldn't have to go somewhere where a team's not gonna be good. He shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
He don't want to go play with Jordan Poole. He don't want to go play with Jordan Poole, man. I played with him already.
Who do? That guy.
Oh, Lord.
Yo,
Jordan Poole catch a stray.
That guy.
Poole out there.
Hey, yo, dog, I'm gonna tell you some good shit. If I was Draymond Green, I'd go punch his ass again. Like, I'm just saying, dog. Jordan Poole.
Straighten him out.
Hey, dog, look, I gotta say something real quick. I ain't so on me. Let me just say this real quick. Jordan Poole, listen. I want you to listen very intently, young man, because you are about to screw the pooch fucking royally. Nobody wants you on their team, bro. It doesn't matter that you can shoot from 40 feet away from the basket. None of that means anything. You don't play defense.
Cancer.
You got the basketball IQ of a fucking cantaloupe. Dog, what are you doing with your life? If I had the opportunity you got,
Cantaloupe?
I'm studying Steph Curry religiously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm studying Klay Thompson religiously. These niggas got rings. I'm studying them religiously to see what they've done to make themselves the untenable parts of it. Golden State until right now. Look how long it took for it to happen. For right now, for Klay to be gone.
Yeah.
So what that says to me is Golden State knows, okay, that iteration of the Warriors ran its course. It's time to re-up. Guess who ain't going nowhere? We know who ain't going nowhere. So
lifelong.
Jordan Poole, do yourself a favor. Go talk to Ice Cube. See if you can get a spot in the Big Three or something. I'm just saying, bro. Go play overseas.
Don't write the book.
I'm sick of him.
Don't write the book on him. Don't write the book on him yet.
Am Earl off of 340s of St. Ides sick of that nigga. I swear to you I am. I'm like, man. Yo, dog. It wouldn't do me no good to be in the NBA, bro. It wouldn't do me no good to be in the NBA because he'd have got decked again. I'd be like, Draymond ain't do it right.
He got the Swaggy P spirit for me. You know, you more caught up in who's sitting courtside and how cute your jump shot look and all that little stuff instead of, you know, because Nick Young could play too. He could actually play.
Nick Young was
dope.
Yeah.
He was dope.
If he would have ever focused on what he needed to focus on,
he would have been all right. Yup. D'Angelo hurt him. D'Angelo exposed him. That hurt Nick. Nick was done after that.
Oh, that broke his heart. Yeah.
That broke his heart. He was done. He lost his girl.
The funniest thing of all to me in that whole equation is, look at that. You got all mad and got that man traded. Now look where he at. Right back on the fucking
right
Lakers.
Back.
And where you at? On Gilbert Arenas podcast talking shit. That's where you at.
Yup.
So yo, that's really wild, dog. That's shit wild. Okay, look. I just got to go ahead and say it. Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, hell.
It has been a long, up and down, sometimes troublesome relationship. I've loved you. I've hated you. I've been lukewarm about you. Been fiery hot about you. Been ice cold about you. I sat through Andrew Bynum. Look. I sat through Mark Madsen. I sat through the failure of bringing Karl Malone and Steve Nash and all these other niggas. I sat through all of it. And you know what I did through all of it? It's okay. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Long as 24 I did, we okay. Then he retired. And I was like, oh, shit. And I sat through a few seasons of y'all trying to let Brandon Ingram become the guy. You went and got Lonzo Ball to help him out. And then you did the one thing I didn't want you to ever do, but you did. You went and got LeBron James. And I even forgave you for that. I said, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'll be cool. Then you went and shipped all our young boys off and got Anthony Davis. I'm still mad about B.I. leaving the Lakers. I just want to let y'all know that. But we did get Anthony Davis. Generational talent. Generational talent if he ever plays like he believes he's that. We won a ring. We won a title. It was in the bubble. People put an asterisk beside it and all the other shit. I don't care. We won it. It's a ring and it's hardware. Don't matter what you think about it. But after we won that ring, things got a little strange in LA. Got a little strange. First of all, you didn't bring back JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard. Problem for me. You let Alex Caruso get away. Problem for me. I already mentioned Brandon Ingram. Problem for me.
De'Aaron Fox.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Don't forget that.
I was trying to. Okay. De'Aaron Fox. That's a problem for me.
Yep.
But the biggest problem of all for me right now, Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka I thought y'all ran the Lakers. I thought y'all did. I thought y'all did. Until it became abundantly clear to me that under no circumstances that anybody besides number 623, whatever, that guy, he is absolutely running the Lakers. You know how I know? Because we just hired a motherfucker with no coaching experience. None. He ain't even coached a little league team. But now he's the coach of the Lakers. Because that's LeBron's boy.
He's never won anything.
Never won shit. He didn't win in college. He played for Duke and didn't win in college.
Yep.
He played on some pretty decent NBA teams too. Still didn't win shit. And the thing we know him the most for, shooting threes, at no point was he ever the best in the NBA at that. Ever. So you're talking about a guy that you're hailing as potentially the GOAT, a guy that you're hailing as probably one of the top 2 to 3 big men of his generation. And there's a guy coaching him who's never done shit. Then the cake was already pretty fucking disgusting. The cake was already pretty bad. But then you put the cherry on top and you drafted his son with the 55th pick. And some people say, oh man, it's the 55th pick. What do it matter? What matters is there's some other kid who isn't the son of a rich NBA basketball player who probably needed that shot, who ain't gonna get it now because he got it. Don't anybody take this as me being mad that LeBron got his son a shot. Not mad at that. Because if I was LeBron James, I'd do the same thing. But the flip side of that is this. My giving my son a shot looks like this. Oh, I saw you in a pre-draft league. You was cool. You weren't one of the top 60 niggas, though. So how about we do this? I'm going to go talk to Rob and Jeannie. Go ahead and sign the contract. We're not going to draft you. Just go sign the contract. You're not getting drafted, though. Why do you need to be drafted in the second round? I think it looks worse. God damn it, man. I think it looks worse that you did it this way. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. And the rest of the NBA, fuck y'all, because y'all was complicit in the shit. It was some of y'all acting like y'all was going to draft Bronny. LeBron called and was like, hey, dog, if you fuck this up. I wish one of y'all would have did it. Just because. Just because. I can't put into words how much I dislike the way things bend for LeBron James sometimes. I hate it. But you earned it, so I ain't going to be mad. That don't mean I don't hate it, though. That's all I got to say.
What you think about that, Phantom?
Oh, you want me to go? Or I'll wait. I'll let you go before I say my piece. I'd rather you go.
I've never been a Lakers fan. I have enjoyed watching LeBron James play this entire time, being a person that saw the transition from Michael Jordan to LeBron James, seeing the Kobe Bryant, the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So I respect LeBron James, the person, the father, the husband, the social activist, the philanthropist, I respect all of that. I respect all of that. You never heard nothing sideways about this man. He's done the best that he could. He took chances. He left Cleveland, went and won some rings, and then went back to Cleveland and won another ring. Who does that? He has things that he's done that probably nobody else will. The man's going to play till he's 60. Nobody else is going to do these things. So I respect all of that. I also respect the fact that I've been victim of nepotism in industry before. I've been victim of nepotism on sports teams before. Being the coach's son gets a shot before I get a shot, or the coach's son got a starting position, and he sucks. But that's the coach's son, so he get love. Seen it before. It's rare that you see us get a chance to do something that no one can stop on a $1 billion level. To me, that's big.
You know, just like seeing Blue Ivy get up there on stage with her mama. That's big. You know, we get to see this in our lifetime. We've never seen this before. We've never seen it. We've never seen somebody make a move in front of the owners that cannot be stopped and cannot be blocked. For that, I respect it, 100%. Now, on the flip side, do I believe that he should have been drafted at all? Just like Seven? Nah. You know, he did all right, you know, on pre-draft combine. He did all right, you know, but I'm sure that there were some other kids there who did just as well, if not better, with better physical attributes and the whole nine. I'm gonna forever be divided on that because I enjoy the nepotism part from us finally getting a chance to do it.
He's 6'1", dog. He's 6'1", dog. He's 6'1",
I know,
dog.
I know. I just look at it as this is LeBron's like impact moment. Like the lady told him to shut up and dribble, and he got the league to pick up his son. Okay, I'm dribbling now, and now my son gonna dribble. So I look at this more of a stick it to the man type thing. You know, I'm not looking at this as Ronnie's supposed to be the next Bron because that's Bryce. That's Bryce ain't even finished growing yet. That's Bryce. So the quiet one, the one that don't want no publicity, he gonna be the one. This one right here is, I think, LeBron's chance to stick it to the man. Like, I own the Lakers. I run this. Magic, forget what you're talking about, bro. I'm going to come in here and make this what I want to make it. So I applaud the man for that. You know, I applaud the man for that. But I do feel you, Seven. It's a team record. Because if I was a free agent, ain't no way I'm coming to LA. Ain't no way I'm coming to play there. Can't do it. Would not do it. Would not waste my career on that.
They staying away from that till Bron leaves. I'm telling you now. They staying away from that till Bron leaves. Period.
Yep. What you think,
this nigga stretches. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. I know what's coming.
All right. Let's take this in different ways. Okay. Superstars have always run the league. You know this. Jordan said, hell, either Phil or I'm out. Kobe said what he said. LeBron has done what he's done. He's earned the right to do what he's done because he's put his work in. You've been mad at the Lakers. You're a Lakers fan. Lakers fans tend to have delusional expectations sometimes just because they're Lakers. You got 17. Boston got 18 as of right now. So that stuff, you go through that. Every team goes through it. It's just what it is. Now, has nepotism happened throughout all walks of life? Of course. Has black nepotism happened? Sure. Austin Rivers, Doc Rivers? Sure. Let me point this to a bigger issue because this is the issue.
I said Scottie Pippen Jr.
Well, no, he actually earned his way. And Bronny getting drafted 55. Bronny getting drafted 55. Here's how I look at this. It guarantees you nothing, first off. Second of all, if you can tell me there are other players better than him, okay, I would ask the public at large to tell me who. Why? Because most second-round players
drafted after him was better than him.
Well, that's fair. But because most second-round picks, you know, G League, two-way contracts, some of them don't even make the league.
No doubt.
So that's a hit or miss, but everybody agrees at this point in time, you know, I would have wanted to play with my son, and that's fine. But here's where I get to a larger picture. And this is where I'm really, really want to go with this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no racism or nothing in my body. But black people, why the fuck do we do this shit to black people? You didn't like LeVar Ball's ass because he said the shit he said about just hyping up his sons. You don't like Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, and Shiloh Sanders. Oh, he left Jackson State, but you don't like that shit. And you don't like LeBron doing this shit. Meanwhile, we talk about, oh, there ain't shit, black fathers and all this. When you've seen this on a fucking billion-dollar professional level, oh, by the way, outside of Bronny James right now, because we don't know, haven't seen if he can develop in G League, so I'm going to kind of leave that out. But you've seen all this shit, and every fucking time, it's our people who do this shit. We are the fuckers who do this shit. Poke holes in the shit. Somebody, there's been running gags of jokes of, you lose Sal? Hello?
He froze.
He froze.
Yeah, he froze.
We're having back in the we're having back. But there's running gags of this shit. Oh,
I feel you.
And this is the thing, like the running gag is, oh well, you can't get your song at Walmart. You can't get your song on there at FedEx type of shit. I'm like, yo, let him play, let him see what it is. He's a second round draft pick. They didn't take him in the first round. 55 pick. If you feel like somebody's better, that's fine. But that's the nature of the draft. It's always been that. NFL, NBA, that's the nature of the draft, y'all.
You might go 2, 3, 4, 5 and be a bust. So
you can exactly. So that's the nature of the draft. But my problem is we keep doing this shit and we keep asking for black excellence and black fathers, and you're seeing it, but you have a problem with it because they're like, oh well, that's just he got the power. Well, damn it, we already know he had the power. All NBA superstars have power. That's how coaches get fired. That's how GM get in. There's nepotism and executive level, ownership level, coaching level. It's there everywhere. So just give it a chance.
Sometimes I feel people mad because they daddy wasn't shit, bro. Like you just mad because you bitter. You bitter because your daddy wasn't shit. You bitter because your daddy wasn't there. He couldn't do nothing for you. He ain't take you to the Pee Wee baseball game. He ain't come to your high school sports games. Like you didn't have a good. What son wouldn't want their dad to do something like that for them? Like,
bro, it boggles my mind to me.
Yeah,
how our people, we can literally, like, black fathers are there. Whether they're there, they were stern, they were hard, they taught us something. Whether mom and dad broke up and baby mama and it's there. But you've seen it on a higher level, and it's like, oh well, that was his son. And it's like, who cares? At the end of the day, guess what? If he can play, he can stay on the team. If he can stand, even if he's not on the Lakers, if he can find his journey in the league and be in the league, then okay, he's earned it.
That's it. Austin had to do it. Austin played for his daddy first. Then even his daddy couldn't keep him on the team. He got traded. You know, it is what it is.
And the thing I would like people to say, look, I am a San Antonio Spurs fan, but apparently I find myself defending LeBron for some fucking odd ass reason. And I hope the motherfucker stubs his pinky toe when he plays Spurs. On the edge of the metal edge of the rail, stub your pinky toe type of shit. If you're old enough, you got a metal rail belt, you know what I'm talking about. Big, you know what I'm talking about. But this notion of, oh, LeBron's going to keep him in the league. No, he's not. He might have helped get him in there. His play will keep him in the league. And this point of nepotism, I'm sorry, didn't Eli Manning and Archie Manning pull that shit on the Chargers?
There you go. I was waiting for you to give us an example from the other side.
I'm about to say, didn't they pull that shit from the Chargers?
And if Cooper wouldn't have hurt himself, Cooper was the best Manning of them all. And if he wouldn't have hurt himself, he would have been in the league too.
So we have examples of it happened in all areas where, oh, I'm sorry, what's the coach? George Carl did it to his son, didn't he? Yeah, George Carl did it to his son. So I'm sorry, Michael Jordan's son ended up in the league and he wasn't.
Or just take it to coaching. Go to coaching. How many Shulers, how many Harbaughs you got?
Oh, I'll give you one better. Go to Belichick. As long as Belichick kept winning. So it's examples of it on all sides. It's just a matter of the reason why I feel the way I feel about it is I'm like, yo, man, we is killing this one. Like, if you don't like LeBron, just fucking say I don't like LeBron.
Just say that. Yeah, just say
that shit. I don't like LeBron, and that's the end of it. Like, all right, I got you. Cool.
I got to push back.
But if you're going to see, you can have one. Don't worry. I got time tonight. We're going to try to show you. I got time tonight.
I got to push back to that. I mean, it's not a massive one. It's really just a simple thing. And it, in my mind, it's simple in that when I see things happen, like a coach put his son on and he's a coach now or something like that, you know why that don't move? I say shit about it, but you know why it don't move me the same way? Because I'm not as connected to coaching as I am to the nigga that's actually on the court balling. And we got to think about who we talking about. We're not talking about shit. We ain't talking about D'Angelo Russell getting his son drafted by the Lakers. Nobody would get we would care, but it would be like, D'Angelo Russell? As a matter of fact, niggas would probably care more because they'd be like, D'Angelo Russell ain't even all that. Why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But we talking about the guy who has literally been the biggest player in the world for probably the last 12 years at least. At least the last 12 years. And I only say the last 12 because Kobe was still playing.
20.
He wasn't the biggest player in the world. Kobe was still playing.
No, he wasn't the best player in the world. He still wasn't two different things.
He still wasn't the biggest.
I still don't think he was the biggest.
If he was the biggest, I don't think Nike ever would have done a campaign with the both of them in it together. Those are some of the. That was one of the best campaigns Nike ever had.
Fellas,
putting them together.
Fellas. We're all three of us are old enough to see something that happened that hadn't happened before him.
Oh.
ESPN put high school games on fucking ESPN. And think about the history of the NBA before LeBron James. And who was who? Whose high school game was on fucking ESPN? ESPN have been around for longer than all of us been living. Well, shit, Seth, you're the oldest, but
the only thing that I push back on that on Phantom is that Seven's alluded to it before. For the people who really love Kobe Bryant and they say he's the GOAT, you can't, because he's Michael Jordan light. He's 1A, 1B. So it was hard for the league, with Mike already in the league when Kobe came to the league, to exalt Kobe because he looks just like Mike playing the game. When you saw LeBron play the game, he looked like something you hadn't seen since they was almost playing in black and white, since they was playing in short shorts. Magic Johnson. The league loves Magic Johnson all the way to today. They couldn't wait to get another one. They didn't want another MJ. They didn't want another MJ because MJ was anti. MJ was.
You got to separate the two though. But you got to separate the two though. Here's why you to that point. You got to separate the two because Magic and Bird helped make college basketball, NCAA grow.
True.
Kobe was an unknown. People don't realize Kobe was an unknown. People who know Kobe was drafted for Charlotte. If you thought Kobe was that, Kobe never makes it to the Lakers. He stays in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So when LeBron walked in the league,
Kobe's talent, they just didn't have a place.
Jerry West knew it.
Yeah.
Jerry West and his scouts knew it.
He was like, "Come on."
If you actually followed high school basketball, you knew who Kobe was.
You knew.
But most people. Most basketball fans, especially on a national level, are college and up. They don't know. They don't know who until you get there and you're a freshman. They don't know who you are.
But see, now we're doing this with the benefit of hindsight, and we have to remember we're doing this in the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
Because you would have never thought that. LeBron James, it's like LeBron James, you're like, who the fuck is who is this dude that you see on TV at 17, 16, 17, 18? Now, granted, his help is, the advent of social media. But social media hadn't grown enough to where ESPN still put their games on TV. Now, in high school terms, of course, you've heard of high school terms like Sean Kemp, you've heard of Kevin Garnett. You've heard of a lot of players. But my thing with LeBron is, and Charles even said it, and you've seen it, like Kobe struggled. Kobe had to find his way. LeBron, you just said, hey, drop your ass right here. Come on, let's go. So I said all that to say, this. Let's just
go ahead.
Let it play itself out first. But this whole thing, to my larger point about our people and this nepotism shit, man, we gotta pick a side. We can't have it both ways. Because we don't like fathers and sons, and we've seen all this excellence of black fathers and getting fathers and sons to the league.
I know where you're coming from, because when I see the way people are attacking the situation, it's weird to me. Because I'm like, as a Lakers fan, I have a problem with it because we could have utilized that resource for something that's actually going to help us. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a big body to have in practice, for them to have a big nigga to bang with.
Look what you just said, though. But you don't know what that body is, and you still don't know what Bronny James could be or possibly.
I get that. I get all that. If he go to the G League and get his game up, fine. I don't give a fuck. Cool. No problem. And I have no problem with you being on the same team your daddy on. Cool. No problem. I still, at every turn, I'm gonna have the same issue. I had the same issue when niggas put their sons on the coach and they don't deserve it. I got the same issue when niggas put their sons on the play and they don't deserve it. When niggas get their sons the job and they don't deserve it. My issue is always the same in every stance. Dog, I completely understand why you would put your own people on. No problem with it. I get that. The question is, who exactly are you robbing of the opportunity by doing it this way? And
I got another.
Was there a way that you could have done it where they both win? Because there is a way
for you.
There is a way.
I have I have another one for you then for that reason. And Ev, you said it. Sev, you just said it. Here's the other part about it that can rub us the wrong way. Is the son you're doing this to an entitled asshole who knows it's not willing to work as hard as you, it's not willing to put the time in as you, and is not humble enough to be like, that's my dad.
Matters.
Yeah.
That matters. Yeah.
You see what I mean? So
now I like Bronny as a kid. I think Bronny's a great kid. I think Bron is a great kid. Absolutely. And that's the only reason why I ain't pulling what little hair I do got out about the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I know I see what this is and it looks crazy. But still, do you think, man?
We've seen people.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, bro. No, I'm saying
I'm gonna say,
go ahead.
Like when you look at, I like baseball. Okay, grew up watching it, got all the baseball cards, know a lot of the history of baseball. Baseball was the other sport where you actually got to see black men pull their sons into the game. You know, you had Bonilla.
I was about to say Bobby B and his brad.
You know, you had Griff and then the swing. You had his son come in. Now I say that because everybody knew that Junior was a banger, that he was a slugger from the beginning. So that speaks to, is he good enough? You know, is it anybody else behind him that needed an opportunity? Hell no. Any team in the league was going to take Junior. But his daddy was great too. So his dad was like, hey, you know, come on, and happy to play with his son. I see a little bit of that in the NBA. You know, this is the first time I ever seen that, where you got a dude on the floor now who's great, bringing his son into the league. It's just that caveat of, is he really good enough to be there, you know, or not? You know
what I'm waiting to see.
But you're going to the height also.
I'm waiting for the first Bronny to LeBron alley-oop. I just want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see LeBron drive to the hole and kick it out to Bronny for a three or something. I want
whoever photographer takes the picture of that first alley-oop.
Oh my God.
That picture's gonna be priceless. It's gonna be priceless. We're gonna see it everywhere. T-shirts, it's gonna be everywhere.
But L, to your point, before we button this one up though, you right, but you're going to the height though. You're going to the highs.
That's true.
Because Griffey Jr. and Barry the Bobby Bonds, you going to the highs. It's just, is he a workman? Like, is his effort workman-like? Is he not entitled and, you know, a good teammate and just want to learn? Then I'm like, okay, cool. Because you never know. Because and Seb, to your point, you saying somebody who's deserving. There's no such thing as deserving anymore in sports, because undrafted free agents, two-way contracts, you know, all that. The cream will always rise to the top of sports. Doesn't matter. In professional sports, it always rises.
If Bronny gets 75% of his dad's basketball IQ, even if he's athletically compromised, I think he'll still do all right, man. If
he has the athleticism, but it's just
75% of his dad's brain for the game, and who else better to be your daddy than a LeBron James? You grew up watching the game with him.
Yeah, so it'll be out. I'll just say let it play out, and then we can go ahead from there. But I'm standing by my black people, that bullshit about black father shit.
We gotta stop.
I'm standing by that shit.
We gotta stop that shit.
I don't give a damn. I'm standing by that shit.
We gotta stop it. Like, and the fucked up part is, and I ain't, you know, this is a sports podcast. I ain't getting ready to get super racy and shit right now, but I'm just gonna say this: we have to be aware enough to know that the thing about this that makes it not seem so crazy that y'all should probably chill about. Think about who's in the NBA. Think about who plays in the NBA. Who most of the people, a lot of the people coaching these players. So you see the head coach and you be like, oh, they got a white coach. All 5 of his assistant coaches is black. He just so happened to be the one that got the job, but he knew who he needed to go get. And there ain't no slight to white people.
Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Steve Nash.
Sam Cassell should have got a shot.
You did. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to my JJ Redick argument. Not that we had to get a black coach, but
I'm glad you said that.
It look a way that you fired Darvin Ham to hire JJ Redick.
There's a precedent, though.
This is true.
There is precedence for this now. So that's why I say, I mean, you got to let it play out. But there are precedents for this. You know, Jason Kidd got looked that way. Tyronn Lue got looked that way. Steve Nash got looked that way. Larry Bird got looked at that way. There's precedence for this now. And
That's
to
true.
your other point, to button this other one up, yeah, LeBron don't run the Lakers because if he ran the Lakers, that Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox thing, the Magic thing, yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
don't think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's think about when Lonzo Ball came though. Like Lonzo Ball was there. Didn't Lonzo and Bron come the same year?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The same year.
Or Lonzo came the year before.
Lonzo came the year before.
Lonzo was there a year already. Before
he was
LeBron
already there
came.
when Bron got there.
Him and B.I. already played together that year before LeBron came. So so when LeBron first got there, no, he didn't run the Lakers. It took him winning that ring. He had to prove to them that he could get it done. And then Jimmy was like, "Oh shit, you got us one. Take the keys."
It was over.
De'Aaron Fox, De'Aaron Fox, Lonzo Ball. No,
bro. Yeah, because if Bron was running the Lakers at that point, De'Aaron Fox would have been a Laker.
And your BI point also. Your BI point is though I don't think BI could have been BI what he is now. I don't think he could have been
not playing with LeBron
at that.
No. He needed to not be around LeBron to develop, to grow the way
speculation he might. And it's speculation right now that he might get traded to Sacramento. Sacramento wants to get him.
Oh, that'd be nasty.
If B.I. go to Sacramento, what's up, man? Look,
Sacramento was trying to get him, and a couple teams are calling Utah about Lauri Markkanen.
Lauri can play too.
Somehow or another, the Spurs got linked to Lauri Markkanen. I'm like, I'll take him.
I like Markkanen, y'all. He can play.
I'll take him.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all who about to make a whole lot of money in another season. Not this year, but next year. Who's gonna make a lot of money if he plays his cards right and he continues to play the way he plays when he's healthy. If he can stay healthy and continue to play at that level, Caleb Martin's about to make a lot of money. You know why?
Yes, sir.
Because he can do a whole lot of things, and he don't mind being in the shadow and only popping out when you need him to. You know what I'm saying? And you need that person who will play defense on the person nobody wants to play defense on. And who can say, okay, I'll play him so y'all can keep y'all legs fresh. Y'all got to score the points. Every now and then I'm gonna do me. But, like, come on. You know, you need that utility guy. And the other thing that I was thinking, other than thinking about that, the other thing that crossed my mind the other day was it's weird how the structure for building the NBA superstar has changed. Now, mind you, of course, social media and the advancements in technology have a lot to do with it. But let's think about something. Michael Jordan was the first person who singularly, he was the first time they took a chance on one person being the one. Magic and Bird, they did together. It made sense. You know what I'm saying? At any point, they could have said, we just going to go this way. If you coming, you coming, cool. But we going to focus on this person. But no. They focused on both of them. And it just so happened that they went to the Lakers and the Celtics. It just so happened. So
story franchise.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, bang, we got the two, because the NBA is in the dumps right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got the two of the biggest franchises, the two biggest franchises, fuck what you heard. And we're gonna send the two top dog players there, and we already know what's about to happen because he getting ready to go over there with Kareem. He getting ready to go over here with Dinner, and Red Auerbach already put together a monster over here. They'll be meeting in the middle, no question about it. And sure fucking enough, Magic and Bird, that Celtics-Laker rivalry saved the NBA. It saved the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But then I think what they noticed was, hey, we ain't got to put that much energy into it. We ain't got to put that much energy into it.
The NBA is trying to do it's trying to do parity, but it's not. They're trying to put rules in place to create parity like the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's just the new rules of this year, and I have to learn them a little better. The new rules of the NBA, just because they did the moratorium, like for example, they got rid of the part where if he's on your team. Yeah. If they're on your team, that's why they want to. If y'all notice, they want a free agency. All these deals got done because they were already in the works to get done because you can have the conversations to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're gonna tax teams like Boston. If you look at the present constituted right now, and Jason Tatum just got 312, so 5 for 312. Yeah, 5 for 312. So Celtics, may look a whole lot different next year. But the NBA free agency, NBA free agency has always been high, whereas NFL trade deadline was always low. Now you're seeing NFL trade deadline go up.
Oh yeah,
because they make more trades. So it's starting to come a little differently. It's just we know NFL contracts will never match NBA contracts unless it's full blown strike. That part, but it's just the way they build it.
Nah, you ain't.
It's just the way they build that depth. But I gotta want anybody got else they want to add? Because I want to do a quick transition. Anybody got anything they want to add?
Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Yeah. I'm cool.
Okay, so my other quick transition was UFC 303.
3. Yup.
303.
My question is, I'm gonna ask this from the top of the card. Alex Pereira going to heavyweight. Gentlemen, Dana White, you may not watch this. We ain't big enough to watch it, but damn it, somebody click this bitch and pass it on. I don't give a damn. If I had to put a card together right now for this shit, I'm going John Jones versus Stipe because he said that fight has to happen. John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, and health. Everybody's health is good enough. I'm going Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall. I'm giving Alex Pereira a chance to become the first 3-division UFC champion. I'm giving him that shot.
I mean,
because at the top of my head, I can't think of nobody on 205 that he has faced. Other Jamal Hill wants to run it back, but Jamal Hill has to win whoever he fights next, which I don't know. He doesn't have an opponent, but Jamal Hill technically you got to put to sleep by Pereira now. But if we going big money for him
and Khalil got canceled and shit, right? Yeah.
Him and who?
Khalil.
They got canceled. Yeah.
Oh. So
they were supposed to be on 303.
On 303.
Yeah. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm booking this card and I'm fantasy booking it as I am, I'm fantasy booking it as I am right now. I'm going Stipe John, and then it's a co-main event, Stipe and John, and then I'm working in Pereira and Aspinall, and I get my super heavyweight fight. I get 2 super heavyweight fights, and I get my main super heavyweight fight right there and there. Because I believe it just has to happen. Sorry.
I don't. Yeah. And
you beat Izzy. You knocked out Izzy. Izzy beat you. Cool.
Yeah.
You moved up to 205. You beat Jamal Hill. You beat Yuri Prochaska twice now.
Yeah. True that.
So this is the fight. Y'all thoughts on that? If y'all caught that head kick from hell.
I think he can go heavy. I think he can go. I don't think he's gonna lose nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's often when you have somebody shoot their weight.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. To put context on what you just said, he weighed in at 205, fall. The very next day he was 223 when he weighed. The very next day he was 223. That tells you. Now go ahead. I'm sorry, but that tells you everything you know.
But yeah, he can go heavy. I mean, I would like to see him. I think maybe if he's gonna go up to standard heavyweight and find a comfortable zone for himself, I maybe would like to see him fight somebody else first, just to
test it out,
get a feel for it. Yeah. Because I know from changing classes in martial arts that it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference in how you move and how your body responds to things when you add or take away from. And I mean, I know you was a wrestler, so I know you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it's gonna change things. But I mean, like what I saw from him, I don't. If he can find that zone, I don't doubt it. Yeah, he looked crispy. He look
He's
crisp.
6'4", about an 80-inch reach. 205 is what he fought at. Go ahead and add about 20 pounds to that. Let that man be 6'4", 225 with an 80-inch reach.
Yeah, he walks around like that.
Right. Right.
He walks around like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's his walking weight.
Yeah,
so I don't think it'd be no
weight.
problem for him to fight at 225. That's like his everyday weight anyway.
I
he
think
probably spars at that weight.
If you go, okay, because see, I'm gonna approach it from a wrestling standpoint because I've never had to cut weight to wrestle ever. That was me younger, and he's about my age now. I know this. If you walk around about 223, 224, 225-ish out of camp, then you would be probably adding about, put him about, let's just say, I'll give him a weight about 245. That would be my ideal, 235, 245, because you got to bang with. Stipe is like, Stipe walks around, when people realize Stipe walks around, and Stipe weighs in at about roughly 230, 235.
230 something.
Stipe ain't Stipe don't walk in heavy. He never has. So Stipe walks around it that way and just has to maintain it and just maintains it because he does a firefight and everything. So Stipe is called the great. They call him arguably the greatest heavyweight ever. So Stipe walks around it that way. So can he just find a median into that? Sure. John.
And that's why I was putting him in around 225, 230, somewhere around there, so that he still remains pliable enough and maneuverable enough. You know, in the ring, I hate when they get too big as a heavyweight, and it just becomes like a, they just kind of.
No, because see, what y'all are looking at. Okay, what y'all are looking at doesn't exist anymore, and here's why.
Oh shit!
It doesn't really exist anymore because you're thinking about Francis, right? Francis has to drop a little. Okay, so Francis, he'll X Francis out of it. Well, look at Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn walks around about 245. Stipe, I said, walks around about the lower scale. Tom Aspinall is running around about 245, 250. John is probably one of the anomalies because John is so tall that John can go up to about 265, but it said he wanted to hold it and be able to control it and still be everything that y'all are talking about.
That's a big man.
John Jones.
So you're looking at Alex Pereira, looking at, like I said, I gave him 245-ish, but it's just the movement, the pliability, and everything else. But everybody in the heavyweight division, like if you even if you just look at Derek Lewis, who was walking around big and didn't have the gas tank and then lost weight and did what he did, you're looking at it that way. So if y'all say, okay, you want to see him fight somebody first, I don't disagree with that point so much. But here's the only reason why I'm gonna push back on it. It's because he is the champ. So you're making a champ. You're making a champ versus champ fight, and then you're making a champ versus champ fight. Also, you're making a GOAT versus heavyweight GOAT type of deal, and then just figure this whole shit out right in there.
Question: How much of a factor do you think Pereira's age is going to be in this move?
And there lies my second. There's lies my next
36.
question.
He's
36 years old, 37, 36 years old.
He's 36, yeah.
So he has to do this now, even though Stipe is, because Stipe, I think me and Stipe might be the same age. I think Stipe is 39. Wait a minute, I'm older. I think I'm older than Stipe, but Stipe's inactivity though could hurt him, whereas Pereira has been active. Pereira has been active for the last 3 years. In fact, Stipe is my Leo brother. Stipe turns 42 August 19th. I turn 42 the 1st. So I'm like a few days older. I'm like 17 days older than Stipe.
Man.
So, but Alex Pereira's activity though is the thing. Is like he wants to turn around.
That keeps him. You know what? This is the weird shit, right? And y'all both athletes, so y'all know what I'm talking about. The weird thing is people say, and I mean, we talk about, tread on the tires and shit when somebody's been playing for a really, really, really long time. But when we see that, we talking about a professional athlete who's been playing since they were a kid. And so think about how much basketball LeBron James has played. It's insane when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely insane when you think about it. So when you take that into account, people would assume that him playing in a lot of basketball games at the professional level is what wears on his body. But I'm like, well, nah, it ain't really that. Because if you think about it, he trains to do that. It's all the other time he was playing basketball and didn't know how to train his body that wore on his body. So he came into the NBA with wear on his body. But by that point, he was figuring out how he needed to. He was getting bigger. Okay, I know what I need to do to keep this shit upright and tight now. So yeah, at a point, him fighting with the frequency that he fights, people would assume that it's going to hurt him as he gets older. But realistically speaking, if you watch how he fights, he's very smart at the punishment that he takes when he has a choice in it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some UFC fighters who are very dumb and who will take an unnecessary punch, an unnecessary kick that they could have avoided and maybe took a lesser impact. He's very smart.
That's taking one to give two.
Yeah, but he's smart as fuck. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. But yeah, you're right. If he does it, he has to do it now. Like it has to happen like immediately. Because if not, if you wait a year, it might be too long.
No, within a 2-year span. Within a 2-year span, because here's the thing. And I'll just
how much more is he gonna fight within them 2 years though? That's my question. Before you take that into consideration as your answer. Yeah.
He's gonna stay as active as he possibly can because that's what he does. As his history has shown you that. But here's the thing. I'll just take it from my little personal perspective on that. When you do like kickboxing tournaments, wrestling tournaments, jiu-jitsu tournaments, and stuff like that, you essentially do this in a 1-day span.
True.
Like there's wrestling tournaments I've been on a lower level scale where I've literally wrestled 4 matches in 1 day. Now, this is obviously I'm like 16, 17, 18. So when you get to 36, you have an understanding of how to train your body, how to put your body together, and how to do it. Right. When you do UFCs, usually your training camp is usually a 6-week length. And then you add bits and pieces to your game throughout practice. And from what I've seen, you do add stuff to your game throughout practices, and then that 6-week usually training camp, 6-week training camp usually all focused on your one opponent and what you need to add and what you see from film study and what they're good at, what you're not good at, best for that. So in him fighting in kickboxing tournaments, to that point, I'm like, yeah, I give him 1 to 2 years, but I'm like, okay, we're in what? This is July 1st. As of right now, this is July 1st, 2024. So July 1st, 2024, you're looking at July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 5 months. So theoretically, in 6 months, you could say a UFC event, New Year's Eve-ish. If nothing's on the table, then you could say, ooh, New Year's Eve is a sweet spot. In theory. That's why I'm like, yeah, you got enough time to kind of put it together because he just fought last Saturday. And then last Saturday, you got, okay, well, John should be somewhere healthy-ish, cleared by that. Stipe, you're going to look at, well, Stipe's inactivity because Stipe hadn't fought since, shit. Stipe ain't fought since he fought Daniel Cormier. I think that's about 2 years, or be going in somewhere 3 years.
Oh,
John hadn't fought until John fought Cyril Gane towards Pet going into the Stipe fight, so he'll be out about 6-8 months.
Oh shit!
And then Tom Aspinall has won the title for stock. Tom Aspinall needs a fight.
So that's bringing you right around to
put him in there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Put him in there.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll put it this way. I'm glad you brought it to the table, and I hope that he's gonna do it because I think if he stays where he's at, he just becomes a bully at this point. So, he just becomes a bully at this point. So
ain't that what John Jones did? So
I mean, John, that's my nigga.
And John Jones actually said that too. So what you got?
Something for y'all. I got something for y'all. We getting ready to close out with this. I hadn't even thought about this until just now, but I want to know. So I'm not gonna say top 5 because that takes too much time to think of. Who the top 3 tight ends of all time?
I'll let y'all go.
Mark Bavaro. Give me Mark Bavaro. Give me Mark Bavaro. Give me Gonzalez. And my third one is a difficult one because on sheer another player that you got to look at the totality of their impact on the game, Rob Gronkowski.
I feel that.
Ring, he got the hardware, he got the sensation. There's not many tight ends with a whole bunch of personality. That's one of them.
Very true. Yeah, I fuck with that. Okay.
And Tony was just a natural. Tony was just the biggest Hispanic man I've ever seen. Football field. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was giving them the business, yo. He caught everything.
Tony Gonzalez was nasty, though. Like, I used to watch him run routes and just be like, how do you move like that?
Crispy routes.
Yeah, like that shit crazy. Wow.
And Mark, because I'm a Giants fan, so that's why I picked Mark.
And I actually love that selection because I feel like Mark Bavaro may be one of the more underappreciated tight ends that ever played the game. Like, he was really good. His health didn't keep, he couldn't keep up.
Call him a lunch pail tight end. He brought his lunch pail every game. Ready to put that work in.
Exactly. Oh shit, Phantom, what you got?
Yo, I'm gonna let you go. Mine's gonna be quick. I want to hear yours.
Top 3 tight ends. All right, give me Shannon Sharp. These are not in order, mind you. Give me Shannon Sharp. Give me okay. Now, I'm about to say something. You know what? No, I'm not about to say that. Give me Kellen Winslow. And
Kelsey?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good.
I think Travis Kelce may be the best receiving tight end ever, possibly. He's crazy. He's crazy. But when I think about the total package of a tight end, I don't think of him first. I don't think of him first. He's an okay blocker, but he's not going to clear out the side. I done seen this niggas that clear out the side.
Sharp wasn't either, but okay.
He cool. Nah, but I'm getting Sharp. But to me, Sharp is at least the second or third best receiver tight end I've ever seen. They couldn't guard him. I was like, yo, this nigga's crazy. I don't pick him for blocking at all. I don't pick him for blocking at all. Okay. You know what? This third pick is gonna be a wild one, but I got my reasons for it. I want Wesley Walls. That's who I want. I want Wesley Walls. And I'll tell you why. To me, when I think about how it before tight ends became these spectacular go deep. I mean, Kellen Winslow was an exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Every night you had a few tight ends who would go, but most of them were working the middle, working the ins, outs, quick posts, all of that. When I think about a tight end,
Mike Ditka, by the way.
True indeed.
Ditka did that too.
Ditka was very good at that. Absolutely.
Ozzie did too.
I loved watching Wesley Walls catch the football because he caught the football with his hands, and he wasn't afraid to catch the ball with his hands. I see so many receivers now, and I ain't taking nothing away from y'all young niggas. Catch the ball how you got to catch it. Y'all making big money to do it. But a lot of y'all niggas don't catch with y'all hands as much as y'all should to be called receivers. Salute to Tyreek Hill while we at it. But yeah, that boy catch with his hands. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Odell Beckham still be one of my favorite wide receivers ever. Catch with his
hands. Yes, absolutely. All right, Phantom, it's on you, my brother, because I know Ev got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. The world.
Who you got? I'm interested. I know you're going to choose Dick. Are Dick one of them?
Nope.
Oh, no,
I just
Mike.
brought Dick up. I just brought Dick up as respect. He brought up Kellen Winslow. That was respect to me. So I don't have to belabor that point. So I'm gonna go 5, but I can do mine real quick. Mine is Kelsey, Gronk, Sharp, Kelsey, Gronk, Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk, Kelsey, Gonzalez. Oh, I'm sorry, Gates.
Antonio.
Because he got the touchdown.
Yep.
Now,
Absolutely.
since everybody had one off the wall, Greg Olsen.
No bullshit.
Everybody. Think about what I just outside of Travis Kelce. Every one of them outside of Travis Kelce, Greg Olsen did something that none of them did in the 100-year history of the NFL. Had 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
And he's an awesome philanthropist and charity worker.
So yeah, man, I just simply I'll leave it at that. I know what Gronk is probably the best blocker out of all of them.
At all, yeah.
Flattened dude,
hands down.
Real.
Greg Olsen's behind him blocking. Sharp didn't block as well, but Sharp came from where he came from. Then you have Antonio Gonzalez. Actually, you can actually say Gonzalez actually was the first kind of offense they built around the damn tight end.
He was the original.
Even though Shannon Sharp had McCaffrey, Woodson, TD, John Elway, Gonzalez was like, he took all the yards, but he didn't win, so we got that. Gates was just like, where the hell he come from? He got all the damn touchdowns in the world, so
posting niggas up.
Exactly.
That's it. He was playing basketball. Antonio Gates played basketball his whole career, yo.
Nobody, and I'll throw Gronk again. Like, who the hell wanted to tackle Gronk?
Nobody. Business decision.
That's a big man. Yeah, that's a big
business decision. That's why he got lower. That's why he has all the lower leg extremity injuries he had. Because it's like, I'm not tackling that big son bitch. That's like Jerome Bettis lost weight, became white, and could run faster. And could catch.
That shit crazy.
What the fuck is that shit,
bro?
And got taller by the way.
I'm not fucking with that shit. Hey, check it. I got some wild shit. I'm gonna put it in the chat for the next pod. I got some I like these position breakdowns and shit because it tells me a lot about how y'all see the game. I fuck with that. And just for the record, if I had gone 5, you would have heard Kelsey's name and you probably would have heard Gronk's name too. Well, now you probably would have heard Kelsey and Gonzalez just because I was a wide receiver. They just anyway. Stand out. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Honorable mention, underrated one. Like I'll go on mention is what's your boy name? He played for the Jets, philanthropist black dude. Not Ben Coates, but you know who I'm talking about. Played for the Patriots, played for the Jets. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Patriots and the Jets. Yes, it's not Ben Coates. It's I can't think of his name. So I see his face. He had a box. He's a dark-skinned brother. I can't think of the man that I ain't seen in my life. It's just blank. He's been on ESPN and done TV too.
Oh shit! See, now I'm bugging. Hold on.
You know what? It's not Ben Watson. Is it Ben Watson?
Ben Watson. Yeah.
Ben Watson. Played for the Saints.
He did play for the Patriots. Yeah, he did play.
Ben Watson.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. Yeah, Ben Watson.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he was dope.
Hold on. Quick change of subject. I know we got to get out of here, but I want to do something. I want to show props to Sha'Carri Richardson, y'all. When old girl first made her debut, I, like some other people, like Phantom expressed earlier, I had a problem with her. Just her being her and not allowing her to, like we asking everybody to do with Bronny, give them some grace and see how they grow up. See what they turn into. You know, they get a lot of hype, a lot of whatever they're doing. They did the same thing to her that they're doing to Bronny now. A lot of hype, a lot of whatever. We didn't know how she was going to turn out. She was kind of off-putting in the beginning with her rhetoric, but she took them 3 years. She got it right. Went in there with a coach, got her habits right, got her eating right, got her running right. She is grease lightning right now. I love to see it. I like hearing her talk.
I like the way she handles herself at the podium. Lots of decorum. She did the work. Black folks, that's what we got to do. Do the work. Do the work. You get the results, yo.
No
Mad
doubt.
props to you, Sha'Carri. Go make us proud, man. Turn Paris out.
Salute, Queen. Hey,
Nobody's a finished product. We're not a finished product in fathers, husbands, and everything. I want to throw one thing in there. One thing before we head out of here. You know, I always try to sneak it in here. I'm gonna always sneak it in here. Money in the Banks this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll touch on Forbidden Door later on down the line. But Money in the Banks this weekend. Sel, man, we got to get you goddamn on the rest of it, dog, because it's at its good peak right now. We got to get you somewhere in here, dog. It's at its good peak. And I know we talking sports and everything. We can't talk UFC and stuff. We gonna talk wrestling? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna talk wrestling because it's at its peak right now. We have a bloodline. We got a bloodline
civil wrestling episode. I'm gonna just sit here and listen to y'all talk.
We got a bloodline civil war brewing. Paul Heyman is out of the bloodline. If you hadn't seen it yet, yeah, he's out of the bloodline. He got put through a table.
Oh, what?
Oh, he's kicked out.
Wow.
Jacob Part 2 is in the bloodline. And they put him through. He's out. He wasn't acknowledged solo, so that's a storyline. But real quick, Money in the Bank predictions. Well, do you know who's in it? We'll get back to it later on. We're going to get to this later on. We're going to get a rush episode going on, but Money in the Bank. But I ain't going to sign us off. But, fellas, we're going to damn sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying, I'm speaking into existence publicly. I've spoken to both of y'all, and I've said it. We're going to do a live show.
Got to.
Oh, yeah.
Fans, we're going to do a live show, and we're going to put questions in there, and we're going to let y'all chime in, and we're going to talk to everybody who supports us. Because I'm personally saying thank y'all for support. Who does listen or watch the podcast? Because I'm super grateful. I enjoy doing it with these gentlemen. It's fun as hell. I'm annoying as hell about it because I'm always going to run. But I just would like to personally say thank everybody. And fellas, I appreciate y'all. And there, y'all go from there.
Hey, shit, it is what it is, brother. You already know. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can't make me a little time, carve me out a little time to watch some of this Money in the Bank this weekend. We'll see what's up with it. But y'all know what it is, man. We out here, all purpose, fighting for the sport of it. On behalf of Phantom, Evan All Mightee, I am Seven Da Pantha, Pantha Politix Network. Salute the Pretty Kings, Echo Limitless. Thank y'all for locking in with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We lit like that. You did. One.
Everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song who on the station. Controlling the interest. Look how these kids dress. You cashing them big checks. I'm not, but I've been blessed.